Displacement x of the particle is related to the time is given. This is the displacement, where a, b, c are the constants of the motion. The velocity of the particle when the acceleration is 0. This is the given data. When the acceleration is 0, what about the velocity? So that is the displacement is equal to at plus bt square minus ct cube. Okay, so then you have to calculate the velocity, the rate of change of displacement, dx by dt, that is equal to d by dt of x value is this one, that is at plus bt square minus ct cube. So then differentiation, we get the answer is a plus 2bt minus 3ct square. So differentiation of this part, we get the answer is here. So then acceleration is equal to the rate of change of velocity dv by what? dt. So then that is the acceleration is equal to d by dt of v value is how much? A plus 2bt minus 3ct square. Okay, that is a is equal to the differentiation of constant is 0 plus d by dt of 2bt, the differentiation of t is 1, that is a 2b, minus the differentiation of 3ct square is 3c is a constant, the differentiation of t square is 2t. So then we know that that is the acceleration is 0. When it is the acceleration is 0, so we put that is 0 is equal to 2b minus 6 ct, then 2b is equal to 6 ct. So then b is equal to 3 ct. Okay, so this is the value of b is equal to this much. Then you have to put the values on the velocity. We know that this is the velocity equation. Okay, so b value is this much. Then you have to find out the a value. So a value, then c is equal to how much? C is equal to, so t is equal to divided by 3c into what? b. Put on v, velocity. This is the velocity equation. So then v is equal to a plus 2b, t value is b divided by 3c minus 3c, t square is b square divided by 9c square. So that is v is equal to a plus 2b square divided by 3c minus, so 1c get cancelled, minus 3b square divided by 3 1 ja 3 3 ja, that is 3c. So after the simplified, that is velocity is equal to A minus, that is the 3C's LCM. Okay, 2B square minus 3B square is B square. So when the acceleration is 0, when the acceleration is 0, that time the velocity is A minus B square by 3C. So which option is correct? A minus, so A minus B square divided by 3. Okay, sorry, this is plus 3 1 ja 3 3 ja cancelled, it is only 1. Okay, it is only 1, that is A, it is plus. Okay, 2B square minus B square. So that will be, it is a this much. So that is a B square. Now you have to answer is A plus B square by 3C. A plus B square by 3C, that is the option C is the correct answer for this question. So a body is thrown upward from the ground. So this is the ground. A body is thrown, this is the body. So the body is thrown in the upward direction from the ground. So this is the ground, covers equal distances in 7th and 6th second. Okay, so let's see, 7th and 6th second, it is cover equal distance. So that is the body start with a certain velocity, that is the initial velocity is u. When it reaches to the maximum position, the final velocity is how much? 0. So when it is the final velocity is 0, so it will be start what? Moving towards the ground. So it cover equal distances in 5th and 6th second. So 5th and 6th second means initially it is the time is 0 at the ground, the time is 0, it is 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. So this is a 5th second. Okay, so this will be in the 5th second, the time is equal to 5th second, it covers this distance. Then it is the time is equal to 6th second, it covers this one. Both the distance are same. Okay, so this distance and this distance, both the distance are same. Okay, so we find what is the initial velocity of the body. You have to calculate the initial velocity. U is equal to question mark, initial velocity of the body. So how to calculate? We know that is a V is equal to U plus AT. This is the general equation. Okay, general equation. The final velocity of the body is 0, that is equal to initial velocity, it is a upward means A is equal to minus G, put that is a minus G into time. Time is how much? It is a 5 second. Okay, 5 second. So then U is equal to 5 into G, that is a U is equal to 5, acceleration due to gravity is 10, that is the initial velocity is equal to 50 meter per second. So which is the answer correct? That is the option B is a correct answer for this question. A ball A is thrown up vertically with the speed of U. Okay, so this is the ground. So A body is thrown. Okay, A body, the initial velocity of A body is U is the initial velocity U. Okay, initial velocity U. So this is the body A is moving in this direction. Okay, A body is moving this direction. So then at the same instant of time, okay, same instant of time, another ball B is released from the height h. Okay, so this is the certain height h from the ground. Okay, from the ground, this is the certain height h. So at the same time, the body B is released. Okay, the body B is released. So with the initial velocity of the body B is how much? It is a rest. Okay, rest. So it is given data. So a ball is thrown up vertically with the speed is u. Okay, the ball is starting from initial velocity u, but in this case, okay, in this case, with the certain height the body is released, it is the initial velocity is 0. Okay, at the time B is released, at the time the speed of the A relative to the B. So that is A body is moving upward. A body is moving upward. B body moving downward. Downward. So what is the velocity of A with respect to the B? What is the concept? The concept is what? The concept is relative velocity. This is the concept. Relative velocity. The velocity of one body with respect to the velocity of the other body, that is the relative velocity. The relative velocity of A with respect to the B, what is the direction? So both the directions are in opposite direction. Okay, so these two directions are opposite. When the directions is opposite, that is A BA minus of minus BB. So that is the velocity of A with respect to the B is equal to VA plus BB. So now this is the equation. So now you have to find out the final velocities of both the bodies. Okay, so let's take for A body. For A body, the initial velocity is u. Final velocity of this one is how much? For A body, the initial velocity of the A body is u. Then what about the final velocity? The final velocity is 0. Okay, you have to calculate, the final velocity of the B. So how to calculate? By using the formula V is equal to u plus AT. This is the formula. So for A body, VA is equal to u. It is body is upward direction. So upward direction means A is equal to how much? Minus G. A is equal to minus G, that is a minus GT. So this is the A. For B body, okay, come to the for B body. For B body, for B body, okay, for B body. So this is the general equation. Now you have to for B body is equal to initial velocity is 0. So that is a downward direction. So in the downward direction, this is a upward. This is the upward direction. So this is what? This is a downward direction. Okay, this is the downward direction. This is the downward direction. So downward direction means what is A? A is equal to plus G. A is equal to plus G. That is a plus GT. So that means for B body that is equal to GT. So now put the VA and VB values on that equation. So the velocity of the velocity of A with respect to the B is equal to VA value is Okay, VA plus VB. So now we have to put the values. VA value is U minus GT plus GT. So then plus GT and minus GT both are cancelled. The velocity of A with respect to B is equal to U. That is the answer. So that is A. Which is option is correct? The option A is the correct answer for this question. So which of the following cannot be speed time graph? Okay, so which of the graph is cannot be speed time graph? VT graph, not. So let's see, the first condition is what? The condition is the speed cannot show dual readings in one time. Keep it in mind. You know, already studied in the theory part. The speed is shows, okay, at the certain time it will be show only the one speed reading. It shows the one speed reading. Look at the graph. Okay, look at the graph. This is the time. This is the speed. The speed is decreases. This graph is correct. The speed is increases with respect to the time. Okay, this is the uniform speed. This is the decreases in the speed. Now this is the time is equal to 0. The time is equal to 0. The speed is increases then decreases. It is decreases and increases the speed. Then at the time t is equal to 0, the maximum speed, then the speed is increases, then it is decreases. But in this A, okay, in this A graph, this is a time, this is the speed. Okay, the time is equal to 0. The time is equal to 0. The time is equal to 0 means this one. The time is equal to 0. It shows two reading. Okay, it shows two reading. The first reading is here. The second reading is here. Okay, at the time t is equal to 0, the speed is tau. Okay, the speed is shows two reading. The speed is shows two reading. The one is the speed is 0. The one reading is the speed is maximum. So in a particular time cannot possible. That is the option A is cannot. That is the right answer. So which of the following statement is incorrect? Let's see, option number A. Path length is scalar quantity, whereas displacement is vector quantity. This is correct. Okay, so that is option A. The path length is scalar and the displacement is a vector quantity. Then the B option. The magnitude of the displacement is always equal to path length transversed by the object over the given time interval. The magnitude of the displacement, for example, if the object is moving in a straight line, this is the object is cover A to the B. For example, this is the distance is 5 meter. In this case, the displacement is equal to how much? The displacement is equal to 5 meter. Then distance is equal to how much? Distance is equal to 5 meter. If the same object is moving, okay, moving in a circular path, okay, it ends with B. A and B are same. Circular path with the certain radius is, okay, certain radius is 2 meter. Then What about the displacement? The displacement of the particle is 0. The distance is find out. The distance is find out by using the 2 pi r. So the distance is equal to 2 into 2, 4 pi. Look at this one. That is a magnitude of the displacement is always, not for always. The magnitude of the displacement is in the straight line. In the straight line, the path length equal to path length. But in the circular motion, other type of motion, this is a not obey. This is the wrong statement. The option C. The displacement is depending only the end points, whereas path length is depending upon the actual length. Correct. The displacement is depending upon the end points. Look at this one. The displacement is completely depending upon the end point, and path length is how much it is actually covered. This is the statement is correct. The path length is always be positive. Let's see. The path length is always be positive, whereas the displacement is positive, negative, or 0. Okay, the displacement is positive, negative, 0, but the path length is always be what? Positive. This is also correct statement. So which is a wrong statement? The option B is a wrong statement. Okay, the right statement are A, C and D. So these are the correct statement. These are the correct statement for what? Distance and displacement. Okay, distance and displacement. That is a option B is the correct answer, but wrong statement.
Hey there! Subscribe to my channel and also press this bell icon so you can get latest video notifications.
The displacement, if a particle is given, that is the particle is given 4s is equal to m plus 2n t to the power of 4, where m and n are the constants, the velocity of the body at any instant. So this is 4s is equal to this much, then s is equal to m plus 2n t to the power of 4 divided by how much? 4. So then question is asked velocity. So velocity is equal to the rate of change of displacement, ds by dt. So that is equal to d by dt. So s value is how much? S value is 4 m plus 2n t to the power of 4 divided by 4. So then that is equal to d by dt of m divided by 4 plus d by dt of 1 by 2 n t to the power of 4. So then velocity is equal to, it is m is a constant, 4 is a constant, the differentiation of constant is 0 plus, so 1 by 2 is common. So then differentiation of n to the t by 4, so n is a constant, then differentiation of t to the power of 4 into t to the power of 4 minus 1, that is 3. So that is a velocity is equal to 2n t cube. So this is the answer, 2n t cube. That is the option D is the correct answer. a body is thrown vertically upward with a velocity u. Find the true statement from the following. Okay, so this is the ground. Okay, a body is thrown. This is the body. The body is thrown with the certain height. Okay, so with the certain height h. Okay, h height. This is the with moving with initial velocity is u velocity. Then it is velocity decreases. The final velocity is equal to 0 when at the height is maximum. Okay, so both velocity and acceleration is 0 at the highest point. The acceleration is 0. Okay, no, that is velocity is 0. Okay, let's see, that is the first one. The velocity at the peak point, the highest point is 0. But what about acceleration? Acceleration is remains what? Constant, or it is downward direction. Okay, downward direction. So acceleration is what? Not 0. This is the wrong statement. Velocity is maximum and acceleration is 0. No, velocity is what? 0. This is wrong. Velocity is maximum, not 0. Okay, acceleration is 0 at the highest point. No, the acceleration g is downward at the highest point. Okay, because velocity is what? 0, but it is given is maximum. Velocity is 0 at the highest point. Okay, this is the highest point, velocity is 0, and maximum height is reached u square divided by 2z. Yes, let's see. So we know that formula, v square is equal to u square plus 2gh. This is the formula. So now you have to calculate. So v square, that is 0 square. 0 square is equal to u square. It is a upward, that is a acceleration due to gravity is a is equal to minus g, that is minus, this is minus 2 g, height is h maximum. So then 2 g h maximum is equal to u square. Then h maximum is equal to u square divided by 2g. So the given is also u square by 2g. So that is the fourth option is a correct statement for the both. It is a velocity is 0 and maximum height is reached this much. That is option D is correct answer. The coordinates of moving the particle at any instant t is given. So x is equal to this much and y is equal to this much. The speed of the particle at any time t. So let's see, this is a coordinate. Coordinate means the particle is moving x-axis as well as y-axis in both the direction. So in x is equal to ct. So velocity along x-axis is equal to dx by dt. So that is equal to d by dt of x value is how much? X value is ct. So then after the simplified, that is a velocity in the x direction is equal to how much? C. Then so y-axis. Okay, so in the y-axis, this is a x-axis. So in y-axis, that is a vy is equal to dy by dt, that is equal to d by dt of y value is how much? B into t. So that is vy is equal to how much? B. So then the final, it is a resolution of the vector, that is a v is equal to, so v is equal to how much? Square root of vx square plus vy square Vy square plus 2 Vx Vy cos 90. So what is the cos 90? 0, that becomes 0. So that is a V is equal to square root of Vx square is C square plus Vy is B square. So the answer velocity is square root of C square plus B square. That is the option B is the correct answer for the 8th question. A body A start from rest with an acceleration a1. Okay, so this is the body A. So let's see the solution. This is the body A. The body A is moving. It is initially it is what? Rest condition. Rest condition. This is the body A. Then after the 2 second, okay, so after the 2 second, another body B start from the rest. Okay, this is the another one body. It is a start from the also rest. This is body B. So with an acceleration how much? a2. So this acceleration is how much? a1. So if they are travels equal distances in the 5th second, okay, the time is equal to 5th second, both are cover equal distance. So both are cover equal distance means both are cover equal distances in time is equal to how much? 5th second. Okay, so after the start of A, then find out the ratio of A is to A1 is to A2 ratio. Okay, so let's first one for A body, the time taken for A body, time t1 is equal to how much time taken from the A body? It is start from before to the A, that is a total time is 5 second. Moving with the acceleration is a1. So for B body, how much time? Time is equal to, so after the 2 second means total time is 5 second. 5 minus 2, that is equal to 3 second. Moving with the acceleration is a2 acceleration. So then the distance covered from A body. What about the distance covered from the A body? So we know that is a nth second. So nth second formula Sn. Nth second is equal to U plus A by 2 2n minus 1. This is the nth second distance covered from the nth second. Now distance covered from the A body with time is 5 second. Okay, the distance covered in the 5 second, 5th second is equal to U. Initially it is what? Rest. So initially it is rest means 0 plus acceleration is a1 by 2 into. So this is 5 into 2 into 5 minus 1. So that is a distance in the 5th second is equal to a1 by 2 into 9. That is equal to 9 a1 by 2. Okay, then similarly then what about the distance covered in the for B body? Okay, for B body, what about the distance covered? distance covered from the B body is equal to, it is also rest condition. Let's see, this is also rest, 0 plus acceleration is how much, a2 by 2 into 2 into 3 minus 1. So that is the distance is equal to, in the third second is equal to how much, third second is equal to 5a2 divided by 2. So that is, in another one data is given in this problem. Okay, what about the problem? It is a, if they are travels equal distance in 5th second, they are covered equal distance. Okay, so they are covered equal distance means that is S5 is equal to S3. So S5 is equal to 9A2 divided by 2 is equal to 5A2, it is A1, sorry, 9A1 divided by 5A2 divided by 2. So after the simplified, 2 get cancelled, that is 9A1 is equal to 5A2. Then A1 by A2 is equal to, A1 is 9, this is 5. So that is the ratio answer, A1 is to A2. A1 is to A2 is equal to 5 is to 9, that is the answer. So 5 is to 9 means 5 is to 9, that is the answer. A is matching for this solution. A is the correct answer for the 9th question. So the velocity versus time graph of the linear motion as shown in the figure. The displacement and distance from the origin after the 8th second is respectively. So you have to displacement and distance, you have to calculate it. First one. So this is the graph is what? So this graph is velocity time graph. This is the velocity time graph. So in velocity time graph, okay, so in velocity time graph, how to calculate the displacement? Okay, the displacement is calculate, the displacement and distance is calculate. Okay, so displacement and distance is calculate, displacement is calculate area under VT graph, area under VT graph. So that is, area is important, area under the VT graph. So now area under VT graph, first one, it is a displacement. So in the displacement direction is most important, you know very well. Okay, direction is more important. Okay, direction is more important. So direction is more important means, so one side, this is a positive, this is the negative. Okay, the displacement, that is net displacement is equal to how to calculate? Area under first one, this is a trapezoid. Okay, so which one trapezoid? That is A, B, C, D, E, this one, total area, this one. Okay, so how to find out this one, area trapezium? Area of first one plus area under the second one, not for plus, because minus. So why I put minus? Because, okay, because this is a negative axis. In the displacement, direction is most important. That's the reason, okay, you have to put minus. Area under the first one. So area under first one is the first one formula of into height into a plus b trapezium minus of into h dash into a dash plus b dash, a dash plus b dash. So now the first one is of into height. Okay, so height is how much? Height is 0 to 4. 4 is the height. 4 into a plus b. A plus b means a. Okay, 1 plus 2, 2. 2 plus b, 0. 4 minus 0, 4. Minus of into height. So what about this height? This height is 2. 2 into a dash b dash. So this is 8, 4. 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4. 4. 4 into. So this is 1. Okay, so this one this 1.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3. Okay, 3. This is 1, 2. This is off. This one is off. Total this one is 3. So now that is calculate. 2 1 ja, 2 2 ja. So 4 plus 2, 6. 6 into 2, 12. So 12 minus 2 cancel. So 4 plus 6. 4 plus 2, 6. 2 cancel. 7, sorry, not for 7 plus. This is plus. So 4 plus 3, 7. That is equal to how much? 12 minus 5. So 12 minus 5, that is a 5 meter. So the net displacement, okay, so that is a net displacement is equal to, okay, the net displacement is equal to how much? The net displacement is equal to, that is equal to 6, 12. 12 minus 7, that is equal to 5 meter. This is the net displacement. Net displacement. Net displacement is equal to 5 meter. Then come to the second one for distance. So in the distance, the direction is not important. It is the actually path. Okay, the actually path traveled by the object. The actually path traveled by the object, that is the distance. Actually path traveled by the object means you take all. Okay, all. So all means what? So you have to, direction is this one, minus is not important. That becomes the first one, 12 plus 7, that is equal to how much? 19 meter. 19 meter. So then the displacement and distance. Okay, so the displacement is 5 meter. The displacement is 5 meter and distance is 9 meter. So which is the correct answer? So that is a option C. I think it is a deleted. That is a 5 meter and 19 meter. That is option C is the correct answer for the 10th question. The water drop falls at the regular intervals of from the tap, 5 meter above from the ground. So let's see the solution. This is the tap. Okay, this is the tap. This is the tap. So it is the 5 meter from the ground. Okay, this is the ground, the 5 meter from the ground. 5 meter from the ground. The third drop is leaving from the tap at the instant the first drop touches the ground. The first drop is touches the ground. This the first drop is touched to the ground. At that time, the third drop is leaving from the tap. Which that is a third drop is leaving from the tap when the first drop is touch the ground. So the question is asked in this problem. So what is the distance? Okay, so how far above the ground is second drop at that instant? Okay, at that instant means you don't know what is the time at that instant. What is the height from the second drop? Second drop. Okay, second drop. Now the first is, what is the time of the first drop? The time taken. The time taken for the first drop. The time taken for the first drop is equal to T is equal to how much? So we know that is the S is equal to UT plus of AT square. UT plus of AT square. So AT square means that is GT square. So with minus sign. Minus. Okay, this is a plus. Okay, it is plus because it is groundward. So yes, distance is how much? 5 meter is equal to, what is the initial velocity of the drop is 0 plus of G10 into what? T square. So then that is the 5G is equal to 10 T square. Then T square is equal to 5 into 10. G value is 10 meter per second square divided by 10. That is equal to answer. Okay, so that is S is equal to 5. It is of GT square of 2 into 5, 10. Okay, 10, that is the value is how much? This is of so that's value is S is 5 meter is equal to U is 0 plus of into G is 10 into T square. So then that is a T square is equal to 10 by 10, that is equal to 1 second. So then the time is equal to 1 second. Okay, so what is the time taken for the drop from the single drop? The first drop time is equal to 1 second. So 1 second it reaches the ground. Okay, after the third drop to leave the, okay, so when the first drop, the given data, so when the water drop regularly interval of time from the tap 5 meter above from the ground, the third drop is leaving the tap. Okay, the third drop is leaving from the tap at the instant of the first drop is touches the ground. First drop, it will be time is how much? The 1 second of time it will be covered to touches the ground. Then what about the third drop time? The third drop time is 100%. It is the third drop. Okay, not only for third, for every drop. Okay, for every drop it requires the time. Is how much? It requires the time is equal to 0.5 second. How it is 0.5? Let's see the problem very properly. Okay, when the first drop is touches the ground in 1 second, then the second drop, then third drop is living. The third drop is living. The third drop is living. Okay, living from the tap at that time. The already first drop is touched the ground. For every drop it is required the time is how much? 0.5 second. 1 by 2, that is a 0.5 second. Now the distance covered from the second drop is equal to the distance covered from the second drop. The second drop, how much distance is covered from the second drop? So let's see the solution. That is S is equal to, we don't know distance, S is equal to initial velocity is 0 plus half into G is 10 into T square. T square is 1 by 2 whole square. So that is the distance is equal to how much answer? So 2 1 ja, 2 5 ja, that is equal to 5 by 4 meter. Okay, that is a 5 by 4 meter distance of the second drop from the tap. But the question is asked, so how far from the ground is the second drop? Ground in the, so from the ground is how much? From the ground distance of the second drop. Okay, so total is 5 meter. The second drop is covers with 0.5 second is how much? That is 5 by 4 it covered. So then that is equal to 5 minus 5 by 4. So that is equal to, answer is, for LCM 20 minus 5, that is equal to 15 by 4. The distance is equal to, so the distance is equal to how much? 3.75 meter. So 3.75, that is the option E is the correct answer for this problem. A car runs at a constant speed on the circular track of radius 100 meter. Okay, so this is the circular track. Okay, in this circular track, okay, this is the car. The car is moving in a circular track with radius is how much? 100 meter. So taking 62.8 second for every circular leg. Okay, for every, the time period is equal to 62.8 second. The average velocity and average speed of the circular wave respectively. So the first one is average velocity. So average velocity is equal to, what is a formula? Total displacement divided by total time. Okay, divided by total time. So what is the total displacement? The total displacement, it is a circular loop. It will be start from A and it will be covers with and ending with same point. The displacement is how much? 0. Okay, because the starting point and ending points are same. Starting point and ending points are same. Starting and ending points are same means the displacement is how much? 0. The average velocity is 0. Okay, then that is a B part. Average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance by total time. Total distance divided by total time. Total distance by total time. So total distance by total time, that is the average speed. Then V average speed is equal to total distance. So what is the total distance? The total distance is 2 pi r. Total distance divided by total time is 62.8. That is equal to 2 into 3.142 into radius is 100 divided by 62.8. Then V average speed is equal to, so 3.142 means 4, 2 to the 4, 8, 2.6, okay, into 100 divided by 62.8. Then you have to cross multiplication. We get answer is 62.8 divided by 62.8 into 10. So 10 is shifted. Cancel. That is equal to 10 meter per second. So that is average velocity is 0. Average speed is equal to 10 meter per second. 0, 10 meter per second. That is the option C is the correct answer for the 12th question. A particle is thrown vertically upward. Okay, so this is the ground. This is the ground. A particle is thrown upward. Okay, so this is the particle. The particle is P thrown into the upward. Its velocity at the height half of the height is, okay, total height is how much? The total height is equal to h. Total height is h. Half of the height means this much. So half of the height, this velocity is 10 meter per second. Okay, so then maximum height, calculate the maximum height. So h maximum height is equal to question mark. Okay, so a particle is moving with the velocity u. So the first case, okay, a particle moving with velocity v, okay, moving with velocity v, it covers h by 2 height with the final velocity is how much? The final velocity is 10 meter per second. It is given, okay, half of the height, its speed is 10 meter per second. Okay, initial velocity is u. So then we know that is a v square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is the formula. So now v square means 100 is equal to u square. So a is how much? A is equal to minus g. This is acceleration upward, that is a minus 2g. H height is how much? H by 2. So after the simplified, so that is equal to 100 is equal to u square minus gh. Then second case, okay, so then the second case is the same particle is moving with the initial velocity u, okay, it covers h maximum height. H maximum height. What about its final velocity? The final velocity is 0. When it is reaches to the maximum height, the final velocity becomes what? 0. So now put the values on this equation. Put the values on this equation. That is v square, 0 square is equal to u square minus 2g h maximum height. So now this is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Okay. So from the equation 1 and 2, solving the equation 1 and 2, so easily to get the answer. Okay. So solving 1 by 2. Okay. Solving equation 1 and 2. 1 plus 2. So equation 1 is v square. V square means 100 plus 0 is equal to u square minus gh. Okay. So this is LHS side. This is LHS and LHS. Then RHS is u square minus gh. Then it is a minus becomes, okay, so when it is reaches to the maximum height, this is plus, so that becomes this is minus u square, this is minus into minus plus g h maximum. So that is to solving the equation, that is a height. Okay, so that is u square get cancelled. Okay, u square cancel, then plus 2gh, that is 100 is equal to, so 100 is equal to g h maximum, then h maximum height. H maximum height is equal to how much? That is a 10 meter. That is the answer for this question. That is a option C is the correct answer. So an object is moving with the speed. Okay, the object is moving with the speed. The speed is equal to 6.25 meter per second. So the acceleration is given this much. So the question is asked, find the time taken by the object to come to the rest. Okay, what is the time taken to come to the rest from 6.25 second to the rest? Okay, so now the equation, according to this equation, that is dv divided by v, square root of v. Okay, so dv divided by square root of v is equal to minus 2.5 into what? dt. So this is a square root of v is shifted here, dt is here. So now integration on both the side, so integration on both the side, integration of 1 by square root of v, that is v to the power of minus 1 by 2 integration of dv is equal to minus 2.5 integration of dt. So now the integration of v to the power of 1 by v to the power of minus 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by v, 1 by square root of v, that is formula integration of x to the power of n into dx is equal to, so x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So that means v to the power of minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So that is equal to answer v to the power of 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2, that is equal to 2 square root of V. So this answer is 2 square root of V. 2 square root of V into integration from so where to where, that is important, from 6.25 to rest. 6.25 to rest means 6.25 to 0. So this is also 6.25 to 0. 6.25 to 0. So this is also 6.25 to 0. That is equal to minus 2.5 into integration of dt is t with the limit is 6.25 to 0. So now after the simplified, 2 into square root of v. V is how much? V speed is 6.25 is equal to, so this is 6.25. An object is moving with the speed 6.25 meter per second is a deceleration, where v is the instantaneous speed. Find the time taken by the object to come to the rest. Okay, come to the 6.25 to 0. Then minus 2.5 to 0 minus 6.25. So this is integration from 6.25 to 0 velocity. The time interval is 0 to t. So okay, so that is the integration of dv by v. That's value is how much? So that's value is 2 square root of v from the limit is 6.25 to 0. That is equal to minus 2.5 integration of dt is time, that is t. Now 2 in square root of 2 square root of, so this one 6.25, the speed is 6.25, it is given 6.25 is equal to minus 2.5 into what? T, into t. So this will be the minus. Why? Because this one is, okay, so this one is upper minus lower. Okay, 2 into upper minus lower. Upper is square root of 0 minus lower limit is 6.25. So that is equal to minus 2 into square root of 6.25. So that is the minus sign. So now minus minus get cancelled. The time is equal to 2 square root of 6.25 divided by 2.5. So now we know that is a 625. 625 square root is 25. Then 6.25. So 6.25 means, so we have to remove the square root. That is answer is 0.25. So that is a time is equal to 2 into 0.25 divided by 2.5. So now the time is equal to, so this is a 2.5, 0.25, we have to cancel together. That is a time is equal to how much? This is, sorry, not for 0. This is a square root of 6.25 is 0.25. Not for, it is a 0.25. Okay, 0.25 cancel. It is, the answer is 2 seconds. That is the 2 seconds is the correct answer for this question. So which option is correct? That is the option number D is the correct answer for 14th question. So in the diagram shown, a particle is moving from the point A to the point B. Okay, point A to the point B. The particle is moving from point A to the point B. So length of the each arrow is 1 meter. So this is a 1 meter. So this is a 1 meter. Now these are the parallel. So these are the parallel means this is also 1 meter. Okay. So this is the point is A here. This is a 1 meter. Then it is the again 1 meter. This is the point B. Okay. Constant speed is 1 meter per second. What is the displacement of the particle? Very simple. The displacement of the particle is how much? Okay, the displacement of the particle is 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2 meter. So that is the option A is the correct answer for the 15th question. A balloon is ascending at the rate of 20 meters per second at the height of 105 meter above the ground. So this is the ground. So this is the balloon. So a balloon ascending at the rate of 20 meters per second at the height of, okay, at the height of how much? 105 meter above the ground. So when a package is dropped, okay, so let's see when it is dropped. Okay, now this is the balloon is dropped. Okay, dropped. How long does it take the package to reach the ground? Okay, so how much time is to required to reach the ground from this position to this position? Now this is the height is 105 meter. This height is also how much? This height is also 105 meter. Okay, so what is the data is given? So let's see the solution. So that is a S is equal to how much? 105 meter, but it is a decreasing order. The height is decreasing. That is the reason it is a minus sign, because the height is decreases. So then, so what about the initial velocity? Initial velocity is equal to ascending at the rate of 20 meter per second at the height of 105 meter. So that is a u is equal to how much? 20 meter per second. So now we have to calculate the time. So we know that formula S is equal to ut plus half at square. So now what about A? Acceleration due to gravity. So A is equal to how much? A is equal to minus g, downward direction. So let's see, this is a positive, downward is negative. So then S is equal to how much? Minus 105 is equal to u 20 t minus half g. G is 10 into t square. So now you have to simplify. Minus 105 is equal to 20t minus 5t square. So then minus 5t square plus 20t minus 5t square plus 20t plus 105 is equal to 0. So then 5 is common. So minus 5 is common. Minus 5 is common. Then it is plus t square minus 4t minus 21, that is equal to 0. So then t square minus 4t minus 21, that is equal to 0. So now you have to simplify it. That is a t square. So 21. 7 into 3. 7 into 3 is equal to 21. 7 plus 7 minus 3. So that is plus 70 minus 3t. 7 into 3, 21. 4 minus 21, that is equal to 0. Then t is the common. T plus 7. So minus 3 is common. T plus 7. So is equal to 0. Then the answer is t minus 3 is equal to 0, or t plus 7 is equal to 0. So t is equal to minus 7 is not possible. The time is not negative. Time is not negative. Then the time t is equal to 3 seconds. So that is the answer. Option A is the correct answer for this question. That is question number 60. A man throw a ball vertically upward. So he is the man. The man is throw the ball vertically upward. A man is throw the ball vertically upward, and it rises through the 20 meter. Okay, so then it rises through the 20 meter. 20 meter. And returns to his hand. Okay, so then it is returns to his hand. Okay, return to his hand. So what is the initial velocity of the ball? You have to calculate the initial velocity of the ball and how much time remained to in the air. Okay, so how much time is to be required? You have to calculate the time. Okay, first let's see the solution. So when the body reaches to the maximum height, okay, when the body reaches to the maximum height, h maximum height, the velocity of the ball is equal to how much? 0. The final velocity is 0. So that is the height is equal to 20 meter. So initial velocity, we know that formula, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so this is the general formula. So then v means 0 square is equal to 15 square. So what about a? A is equal to how much? Minus g. That is minus 2g into what? H. So then after the simplified, so we get the answer. So initial velocity, that is u square is equal to 2gh. Then that is a u is equal to square root of 2gh. So then that is equal to square root of 2 into 10 into h is how much? 20. So that is u is equal to square root of 400, that is 20 meter per second. that is the initial velocity. Okay, so now I got the answer, that is initial velocity is equal to 20 meter per second. Now the another question, how much time? Okay, time means the first time. Okay, the first time, that is when the ball is thrown into the space, that is the t1. Then the ball is returned back to his hand, that is t2. Then that is a t is equal to t1 plus t2 time. So that is called as what? Time of flight. That is the time of flight. Time of flight. So time of flight, that is equal to, this is t1 is equal to t and t2 is equal to t, because the height is same, the time is to taken to reach the ground is same, that is t1 is t, t plus t, that is equal to 2t. Okay, the time of the flight is equal to 2t. So now we know the equation, that is a, so v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So then what about the final velocity? Okay, final velocity. The final velocity of the ball is how much? 0. So but you have to time. So time calculate, we know that equation, that is a, the equation is v is equal to u plus 80. Then 0 is equal to u minus, because a is equal to minus g into how much? That is a time of flight t. So that u is equal to how much? 2g capital T. Then that is a t is equal to u divided by 2 into g. So that is equal to u is how much? U is equal to 20. We know that one answer I already found out. So that is 20 divided by 2 into 10. So that is the time of the flight is equal to how much answer? So 20 into 20, that is 0 is equal to u minus g into t. T is how much? T is equal to capital T by 2. That is capital T by 2. U is equal to gt divided by 2. Then T is equal to 2u divided by g. So 2 into u is 20 meter per second divided by g is 10. So that is equal to 4 seconds. That is the answer for this question. So 24 meter per second. 24 meter per second. The answer is matching for this question is option D is the correct answer for this question. Okay. So let's move to the next question. The question number 18th question. The displacement time graph of moving particle is shown in below. The instantaneous velocity of the particle is negative at the point. Okay, so let's see the solution. So the question is asked the instantaneous velocity Okay, so the instantaneous velocity is negative for which graph? Which graph? So that is a velocity is equal to displacement by time. We know very well. Okay, displacement by time. So that means both are directly proportionality. Both are directly proportional. So from the O to the D, C and D, the displacement is increases. Okay, the displacement is increases. The velocity is what? Increases. Okay, the velocity is increases. So both are directly proportionality increases. That means it is a positive. Then D to the A. D to the E. So E is the at the point E. It is the point E is the lowest point. The point E is the lowest point. So lowest point means velocity is what? Very less. That means it is a negative increases, decreases. That is option A is the correct answer because it is the negative velocity. That means negative point. The point is negative because it is the lower point. A ball is dropped vertically downward from the height h above the ground. Okay, so this is the building. Now this is the ground. This is the ground. The ball is dropped, okay, from the height h. Okay, this is the ball. The ball is dropped from the man. So what about the initial velocity of the ball? The initial velocity of the ball is 0. So when it is dropped towards the ground. So what about its final velocity? How to calculate? The final velocity is calculated by using the formula. So v square is equal to u square plus 2es. That is the formula. So final velocity, that is a v square is equal to 0 square. That is a downward direction. So downward means acceleration due to gravity is minus g. So then h, height. The height is also what? Negative because the height is decreases. Okay, the height is decreases with respect to the time. Okay, let's see, when the ball is dropped towards the ground, the height is decreases. The finally height is how much? 0 height. So that becomes, it is a plus 2 minus h and minus g minus h. So then the velocity, that is a v square is equal to minus into minus plus, that is a 2gh. That is v is equal to final velocity is equal to square root of, okay, square root of 2gh. This is the first one. Then again the question is continued. After the touching the ground, it bounces up to the h by 2 height. Okay, up to the height h by 2. This is h by 2. Okay, h by 2. Again it is moves towards the ground. So this is the initial velocity u, and what about the final velocity? The final velocity is equal to how much? 0 final velocity. So now you have to calculate the initial velocity. So initial velocity is equal to, by using the formula, that is a final velocity is 0 square, that is equal to u square. The height is increases. The height is increases means plus 2 acceleration due to gravity. The acceleration due to gravity is minus g. Height is plus, because height is increasing order. So that is u square is equal to 2gh. So then that is, height is h by 2. It is given, okay, height is h by 2. So height is h by 2, 2 get cancelled, that is equal to only gh. Okay, only gh, that is u is equal to square root of gh. So v is equal to this much and u is equal to square root of gh. Okay, so the final velocity, so initial velocity is 0. Okay, 0. Then it is a velocity is downward direction. Okay, when the velocity is downward means what? Downward means it is negative velocity. This becomes what? Negative velocity. So now you have to plot the graph. This is a time, and this one is what? Time versus velocity. Okay, this is the velocity. Time versus velocity graph. First one, the height is decreases. Okay, the height is decreases. Let's see, the height is decreases. What about velocity? Velocity is what? Increases. Okay, because due to the gravity, due to the gravity of the earth, due to the gravity of the earth, the velocity is increases, because acceleration is increases, velocity is increases. The velocity is increases with negative. Okay, the velocity is increases with negative. The velocity is increases with negative. Height is decreases. So this is the height, time. Okay, this is height, sorry, not for time, this is height. The height is decreases. Let's see, velocity is negative, increases, the height is decreases. So this is v is equal to minus square root of 2gh. Okay, minus square root of 2gh. Then u, velocity. So in this condition, the height is increases when it is bounced back from the ground. The height is increases. Velocity is what? Decreases. Why? So when it reaches to the h by 2, the velocity becomes 0. That is the reason velocity is decreases, the height is increases. So the velocity is decreases. The velocity is decreases, the height is increases, and this is the graph. So which graph is too familiar to this one? Okay, that is first option is the correct answer. Okay, that means the first one graph. Okay, the first one is the correct answer. That is A option is correct answer for the 19th question. So which of the following curve does not represent the motion in one dimensions? The graph is not one dimensions. So let's see. With the single time, that is only one velocity. So in the one velocity, the two time, the single velocity cannot possible. This is the concept. You know very well. Okay. So in single time, two velocities cannot possible. Two velocity cannot possible. Okay, so that means this is the time, this is velocity, linear and decreases. This is correct. This is time. So in this time, it shows two reading of velocity. This is the first one, this is the second one. So in single time, the two velocities not possible. So this is the wrong. Then this is correct. Certain velocity it is increases. Then the velocity with respect to the time increases, decreases. This is also correct. So that is option B is the correct answer for the 20th question.